And that would lead us into Agents of Atlas, which was another really good book. Although, I mean, I know you really enjoyed Agents of Atlas. I enjoyed it. It also had a couple moments that made me exclaim too. But I am not as vested in these characters as I am in, say, Nick Fury. Why don't you talk a little bit more about this one?
What is there to talk about? I mean, it's just, I don't know. I see. So I had you read this so we can both review it.
Well, I mean, I'll give you mine, but tell me your take on it. Okay, the first page. This is what made me laugh the most.
Right, Gorilla Man's continuity.
Okay, hold on, I just got to read it real quick. For those who didn't get to see it. Okay, Gorilla Man's continuity catch-up. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you going to bag and board it?
No.
Okay. So this is Gorilla Man. House of M got rid of mutants. Civil War got rid of Captain America. World War Hulk got rid of Hulk, kind of. Secret Invasion got rid of the Wasp, and Dark Reign got rid of people liking Iron Man. That kind of sums it up. That's pretty clever.
Yeah. I wish that I would have read this was actually, they did a miniseries of this.
Yes, Agents of Atlas, right.
I wish I would have read that before I read this because I was kind of confused. Actually, what was going on. But they do a good enough job throughout the entire issue of catching you up on the backstory.
I kept thinking that Grant Morrison was involved with this in some way. I don't know why.
It kind of feels that way. I mean, yeah. the team setup. So they're pretty much like an underground. There's this underground society that's run by. See, I should have taken notes on this because I'm really bad at remembering shit, especially after the first issue.
Now that's Namora, not Namorita. Namorita is dead, right?
Well, yeah. Well, it doesn't even really start.
Right, I know, Marvel U, but still.
Yeah, it is Namora, and it's Gorilla Man, Marvel Boy is on the team, and who else is on there?
And I want to say, it's sad that this book can make Namora look badass.
She's
pretty badass, and yet DC can't make Aquaman look badass for anything.
Yeah, she's pretty badass in this, and there's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of interaction. Again, Osborn is in this comic with the Sentry, but Venus, they have the scene where Venus goes to talk to Osborn to try to broker a deal between the Agents of Atlas and him running this, because Osborn is kind of trying to take them out, and they're like, want to call it truce, but Venus takes care of Sentry with no problem because she has some kind of mental telepathy where... And
Sentry's,
Sentry's a douchebag, so it's not that really hard to do. But, yeah, so, I don't know. It's the first issue. I like the art a lot on it. The more, again, the further away that Norman Osborn and this Dark Reign stuff gets away from Brian Michael Bendis, the more interesting the characters are, because Osborn in this book is really interesting. In The Punisher, very interesting. In Invincible Iron Man, probably that's where he's the most interesting.
Oh yeah, no, Matt Fraction
all
writes
depends
him,
on how
writes him perfectly,
on who writes him.
Right.
But yeah, so
I dug it. I mean, again, I'm not as vested in the characters. I was curious to see how
it's not a normal Marvel Universe
right.
book.
I wanted to see how they were going to interact with the rest of the Marvel U. And the whole thing with Norman Osborn, for me, it's gotten old really fast. I mean, him being all over the friggin' place. Mm-hmm. Again, yeah, you're right. He's become the Wolverine of the Marvel Universe. He's in every book, interacting everywhere. And I, as a story device, I can see why. But, I hope that over time, as these stories develop, that they don't feel the need to basically plug him in as the big bad in every single story arc and every single thing that goes on. Like the WWE using Vince McMahon in every plot line, because he's the biggest heel in their company. So yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much as say Secret Warriors or even Invincible Iron Man, but to me it was a solid read and another book, a #1 issue that gave you all original material.
Yeah, no reprints. Wolverine.
Yeah, this
backup story that takes place in like the 50s.
Yeah, which is actually pretty cool. I really like that. The style of the artwork reflected more of that classic type of design, character design, and panel layout and all that.
And M11, the human robot, is actually pretty cool.
You know, shades of Robot Man in the Doom Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now that I think about it, yeah, Agents of Atlas feels like they're like the Doom Patrol of the Marvel universe.
I can see that, yeah.
You know, and is that the Brood?
See, that's what I thought too, but they don't really.
They don't explain it, right?
That's what I thought when I was reading
it was the Brood, right?
It could be.
So it's kind of a cool little thing.
Because they do take over their hosts.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So it was a cool little thing, and again for jumping on, if you've never heard about the Agents of Atlas and never read it before, you might be a little lost.
I'm gonna have to buy the trade paperback this week of the original series and read it, because this definitely got me interested to go back and read the origin or retelling of them bringing them back into continuity.
Okay. All right, folks. So that's our first couple reviews for these segments, and when we come back, we have Invincible Iron Man to talk about. We hope you join us.